What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. This is a series that started out as me taking your guys' favourite teams and playing with them and letting you know how I feel with them, and it's developed into me playing with my favourite teams and telling you how I feel about them, which is not what the series was intended for. So this will be the final episode where I play with a team that I like, and for the rest of FIFA 15 it's going to be all teams that you guys recommend to me. So if you want to recommend to me a team, twitter.com/NepentheZ, instagram.com/NepentheZ. Either tag me in a Instagram photo with your team or tag me in a tweet with your team, and don't forget to put hashtag TBITF so that I can click on the hashtag and know which ones are for the best team in FIFA and which are not. But the reason why I built this specific team for today is because of the two guys that I've got front, and these are those. Now if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be much appreciated guys, and if you guys played with a team similar to this, let me know how and when. We've got ourselves Gareth Bale and Marco Reus footies cards up front. The reason why I went for these two guys is because they both have phenomenal pace, phenomenal shooting, phenomenal dribbling, and they both have really good traits that make them incredible strikers. And I gotta say, I love this team. I have already played the games. I'm going to talk about the team a little bit more in a second. I love this team. We've gone with Schürrle, De Bruyne, Modric and Campbell in midfield, with Rodriguez, Naldo, Ramos and Danilo in defence, with Casillas in goal. The reason why I picked this midfield and defence is because I wanted to make this team affordable. You can just replace Naldo with the other version of Naldo, the gold version, and Rodriguez with either the gold version of Rodriguez or basically like any left back, and then you'll put Naldo on 8 chem. But if you wanted to use the regular version of these two, that's fine. Marco Reus is relatively cheap, and Gareth Bale, although is the most expensive player in the game, in this team, he's actually quite cheap as well. So the team in general is affordable for everyone. It is a fantastic team. I had a lot of fun with these two strikers. Let's get into the gameplay and talk about how this team played. Okay guys, as we get into the gameplay, I'm going to show you, as per usual, the teams that I come up against and the goals that I scored. Now, talking about this team, I want to start off with the midfield. So we have got as a midfield duo De Bruyne and Modric, and then on the wings Joel Campbell, and on the left wing we have got ourselves who the hell did I have a left wing? Andre Schürrle, of course. So there's some OP players in this game, and especially in the midfield, and it really did allow the attackers to do what they wanted to do. For those of you that have watched me for a while, you'll know that Luka Modric is one of my favourite players in this game. He's one of the players that I've played a lot with. He's one of the players that doesn't need an inform or a team of the season to be good. He's just an all-round great player. He can play at cam, centre mid, and most of the games I played with him at central defensive midfielder. So we've got a strong midfield bond between like Modric and De Bruyne. De Bruyne's really good attacking as well. They both have 4-star skill moves. They're both very creative players. What Modric lacks for in attacking prowess, De Bruyne covers, and what De Bruyne lacks for in defensive prowess, Modric covers. So the centre of the park wasn't really a problem, apart from the fact that if you don't have a CDM in this game, in this year's edition of FIFA, you're leaving yourself at a disadvantage. And you'll notice I concede a lot of goals in these 5 games. I think it was probably around 10 goals, maybe 7 or 8 goals, something like that in the 5 games that I played, which for me is unusual. I don't usually concede that many goals. I usually concede less than 1 a game per average, so to concede somewhere over 1 a game per average was disappointing, and that's why the midfield's been given a 4-star. Not because it was necessarily bad, just because it lacked a strong defensive-minded god, basically, and to do that you have to change formation. That's also why the formation, the 4-4-2, is listed as a 4-star, because there's a lot of powerful formations this year. The 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1, the 4-1-2-1-2, both variations, and they all have one thing in common, and that is that they all have a central defensive midfielder. I've barked on about this for months and months and months. Having a really strong, tall CDM is vital in this year's FIFA, and I could feel it with this team. I could feel it. Going to the wingers, Schürrle is fantastic in this game. Like, even as a striker, he's fantastic on 7 chem. He's just a beautiful player. For an 82 rated, as cheap as he is, he's got stats of an 88 rated. And Joel Campbell on the right hand side, another really underused, overpowered player. He's actually got a beast rating on Foothead of something like 88 or 90 or something like that. He's one of the best beast players in Foothead, and that's because he's got 4-star skill moves. He's got really well-rounded card. He reminds me a lot of Oxlade-Chamberlain's card, like, you know, good physical, good passing, good shooting, good strength, and good dribbling, and good pace, and 4-star skill moves. And he's got the left foot, which I like. I like cutting in with the left foot. So Joel Campbell and Schürrle were fantastic in this team. The defense was really good. Of course, if you can't afford the 2 blue cards, you're going to be in a little bit a bother because you're gonna have to replace those blue cards with non-rare versions, non-blue versions. And that could potentially cause a problem for you. But Naldo is fantastic and relatively cheap, and Rodriguez at left back is incredible. You could replace him, like I said before, with like Alba or something like that. As you see there as well, guys, I got a disconnect loss for that. Really frustrating. Got kicked off Ultimate Team for 2 games in a row. Really annoyed me. But yeah, so the defense is strong. Casillas is fantastic. I'll say that I've said this before. I've said it a lot on stream because people ask me why I use this goalkeeper or that goalkeeper. Any goalkeeper from 84 rated or higher, arguably 82 rated with your Ter Stegens and players like that, they're all the same. You're not going to notice a difference between an 84 rated goalkeeper or a 99 rated goalkeeper. The only thing that is important, in my opinion, with goalkeepers is whether or not they have the long throw trait. And Casillas has the long throw trait. So if you can't get Neuer into that team, at which point you could obviously put Boateng in defense instead of Naldo. There's no point having anyone else in there other than Casillas. Or I actually think Ter Stegen does have the giant throw, but then you have to play a different defense, which isn't what we have in this team. So Casillas is really, really good just for the fact that he has that long throw trait. It's brilliant. It sets up counter attacks with pinpoint accuracy because the throwing mechanism with the goalkeepers is so broken for the long throw trait. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I would score far less goals than I do if I didn't have goalkeepers that could have the giant throw or the long throw or whatever it's called, you know, the giant throw. It's awesome. So the goalkeeper, the defense, and the midfield are strong. The midfield just lacks a little something, little CDM or something. And then we come to the 2 attackers, Bale and Royce, and they're just phenomenal. You actually see Royce dominate in these games, and I gave him the best player in the team, even though I think Bale is the best player in the game. Just because in these specific games, Royce was the one finishing all the chances. Bale was creating a lot of chances. He won penalties. He won free kicks. He won a lot. He created a lot. This is another game. I was winning this game 4-3. It was me that disconnected here. I literally got 2 losses in a row from disconnects. But yeah, Bale and Royce as a partnership up front are magnetic. They are just fantastic. They can score long shots. They can score free kicks. They can score finesse shots. They've got strength. They've got agility. They've got skill moves. They have everything you need in a strike partnership, and it was an absolute joy to play with them. I had so much fun playing with them, and if I can somehow fit them into a 4-1-2-1-2 team where they both still get 7 chemistry at striker, I just might do that and play with that as a team that I'm going to use for a long time in the future of FIFA, you know, because it genuinely was an amazing team. Overall as well, this team is cheap. It's 220k, 250k max on PlayStation, so cheaper on Xbox. The problem you're going to have mainly is actually finding the players that are extinct, other than the fact that you've got the pink Bale and the pink Royce, who are very expensive. Bale's 3 million, Royce is I don't know how much Royce is, like 1 million or something, but you can get the gold versions, which is what I've based this price off because it will be just as good. You can get the gold versions of these players and just have as equal great time because they are also both fantastic players. Look at that for a lovely goal from Bale, chip over the keeper. So for the price of this team with the gold versions, 5 out of 5 for value. Definitely go get it. For the price that you're going to pay with the pink versions, I don't necessarily know if it's worth it, and that's something I'm going to do throughout the rest of FIFA 15 is kind of talk about and figure out whether any inform card or pink card or purple card or blue card or orange card or mauve card or turquoise card, if any of those cards are really ever worth it. It's going to be a series I'm going to start up in the next few weeks. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well, and I'm basically going to compare and play with the pink version and the non-pink version of Royce, for example, and give you guys a breakdown of if it's worth it or not, or you know, if you need it or not, because sometimes those guys just aren't worth it. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.